to News at 12. What's going on? We are telling you the news. Today's topic is scammers. Yes. How do you feel about scammers? This is my guest tonight, Nashana, and she's here to talk about scammers. How do you feel about scammers? Do you know any scammers, or have you ever ran into a scammer, or have you ever been scammed?
I feel like scammers is not a good situation, and I feel like, scammers is, at the end of the day, I feel like nobody should be scamming nobody. Like, it's not right.
But don't you think they need money and they're poor and they need to feed their family? That
doesn't give it right for anybody to scam anybody. At the end of the day, there's people out here like myself who is working hard for their money and trying to earn an honest living and to provide for their family.
What if I told you being a scammer is a job and they're hired, they have staff that they hire to do the job of scamming others?
That's unacceptable. That should not be a job description.
Well, I have footage of a person saying that they were kidnapped and taught to read off a paperboard on how to tell them how to get money from potential customers. And it's basically, she wasn't able to get released until she paid off her debt. So she was basically kidnapped to scam and find love interests in order to generate money in order to get her freedom from the scammers who kidnapped her. How does that sound?
Wow, that sounds so sad.
Yeah, she said that she would have never been free had she had not paid those people off their money.
Wow. Unfortunately, that is very sad. Like, nobody wants to have their freedom taken away from them, and nobody wants to sit there and have to involve in no scamming scenario just to make sure they get their freedom. Like, nobody should be put in that predicament. That it's not right. It's not ethical. It's not ethical at all. Like, nobody should be sit there and put in no situation like that. It's wrongful and it's not right.
See, I was once scammed before. A scammer once called my phone and told me that my bank has been compromised and I have to change my password. And being a nice guy that I think I was supposed to be, I thought I was actually being scammed, and I changed my password, but the scammer took my password and then had access to my account. So it's easy to feel like you're doing right, and they're only going to target the people that's doing right. But, how did you find out that there are scammers out here?
Well, to be honest, unfortunately that happened to you, and it should not have happened to you, because nobody out here should be calling nobody with false information trying to get access to their bank account. First of all. Secondly, I have came across a scammer recently. I don't know for sure if it's exactly who I think it is, but I came across the individual named Mendeecee Harris. I'm unsure if his name is really Mendeecee Harris, because I haven't met this individual. I did see them on FaceTime, but at the moment when that person FaceTimed me, I was unoccupied. I was in the restroom, so I couldn't really talk to them. So when they called me and I answered their conversation abruptly, I couldn't really have a real conversation, but I did see their face. But I had to end the call because, like I said, I was in the restroom, so I couldn't answer. And I did, unfortunately, I did have my concern where I didn't think this was actually Mendeecee Harris. And I was sent a photo with the person ID image with his actual name. But then, for some reason, the image was, how can I say, it's like a weird type of situation. It's like a
Do you know Mendeecee Harris is a character that's on a TV show Love and Hip Hop that's married to Yandy?
Yeah, I know.
So is this the same Mendeecee Harris that was on the FaceTime?
From what I see,
is it a picture?
Yeah, from what I see on the ID, it was Mendeecee Harris. but it disappeared. Like it's like a weird type of FBI type of cop agent type of scenario. They sent me an image, but then the image disappeared where I can't click on it no more. I can't explain it.
But do we also know that this Mendeecee Harris in real life is a low case character who's quiet and also a humble individual who's not really
exactly
a reach out person? He's more of a shallow, quiet guy.
From what I see on TV, I agree. That's what I see. So for this person to send me these things and FaceTime me, and then it looked like him on the FaceTime before I abruptly ended the call because I was in the restroom, and then the person who sent me the image of the ID before I can't even sit there and see it anymore because, you know, like I said, it's like some type of weird type of FBI like cop type of distinguish where like I could see it for like 1 second, but now I can't see it no more. It's like now I can't see it no more. I mean, the person did send me a message before, but I deleted it because I was upset because I didn't trust the person no more. But like I said, you know, it's one thing to portray yourself this way on TV, but then when it comes to like scenario like now where I feel like I got scammed and this person portrayed to love me, this person portrayed to want to marry me, this person portrayed to want to be in a relationship with me, this person portrayed to want to take me out my scenario, and then sat there and scam me, and then sit there, and when I realize that I'm being scammed, I block an account, I block another account because I feel like I'm being scammed. Not even that, my bank account is blocked because of this individual, because the bank told me that this investigation on my account for one of the devices, which Mendeecee, I don't know if it's Mendeecee Harris or not, but like I said, it could be a scammer or it could be Mendeecee Harris. Could be one or the other. Somebody portraying to be Mendeecee Harris, or it could be Mendeecee Harris. Somebody gained access to my account, which I thought it was somebody who's potentially trying to marry me, who sat there and gained access to my account, and it turns out they got me caught up in some type of fraudulent activity. And it's not even right because it doesn't even make sense, because I don't even know how it even got this far. And this person claims to sit there and say they have my back. They're going to have a lawyer. But this person does not have my back from what I see. This person doesn't have a lawyer having my back. This person is clearly trying to sit there and find every reason to get me caught up in some type of fraudulent activity, which I am not one to be caught up in no type of fraudulent activity. I live a loyal citizen relationship of my life. I like to live a simple life. I love my freedom. I love to be a mother. I do not like nobody sitting there taking my freedom, and I do not get caught up in no type of fraudulent activity to be caught up with anybody trying to jeopardize my freedom of life. Because at the end of the day, I need to be a mother to my kids, and I don't like to get put in no situation where me as a mother being taken away for me providing to my kids. And the fact that he sat there and didn't even care about that, and he got me caught up in some type of situation and portrayed to be this persona to help me, and he's not helping me. Even when I sat there and asked him about the scenarios I seen about him on Love and Hip Hop, that he silenced some girl, and he sat there and talked to Diamond Whitney's and talked to Yandy about it. He sat there and said not to basically worry about it. Like, he basically disregarded me. And I was like, what are you doing silencing a girl? Is this something that's going on for you to silence any type of individual to even do that scenario? He basically disregarded me. And then he sat there and told me that Yandy was doing something to her kids, and it was uncomfortable for her kids, and he sat there and felt like he needs to take his kids away from her. But then it turned around and seemed that it wasn't even, it turned around and seems, I don't even know what is going on, because the little girl that's been texting me, I don't even think that's his little girl. I feel like it's a false account. I feel like he been manipulating me. I feel like he's the one who's been texting me, and it's not his daughter. Because the fact that he told me his daughter was dying.